Hey everybody. So today I'm not going to be doing a review, and I'm sorry about that. But sometimes I'm not in the mood. I know you guys probably think that my whole life is movies, but actually very little of it is about movies. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood to watch a movie. I'm not in the mood to review anything, and right now is one of those times. And I feel like, why pretend to be very passionate and happy about something when you're just not feeling it. I think one of the biggest problems in society is that people, I mean, we have this obsession with being happy all the time, with appearing to be happy. Sometimes that can be necessary. It can be necessary to put on a good face, and I get that. But I've never felt comfortable with the notion that we should appear to be perfect all the time, otherwise we'll explode. That's just not so. And, I think it's important to realize that reality is not happy all the time. Life is hard and it's very fucking sad. And you should feel lucky to experience all of that. You should be lucky to feel happy. You should feel lucky to feel sad. You should be lucky to feel anger and love and all of it, because that is what makes you evolve and what helps you understand life. It helps you become well-rounded. I personally have just never been very ashamed of my sadness. I've always been very open to talking about it. And this whole year, I mean, I know 2016 has been a very tough year just for the world, but for me personally, it's been a hard year. I've slowly been drowning in this pool of pain and suffering, and rather than wallow in that pain any longer, I'm going to make something of it. Because if I make something of it, it won't be for nothing. It will not be a waste of time. Maybe there's someone out there who feels alone, who feels like no one understands them, that no one is listening, and maybe I can be of some help to you. I'm going to share a story with you, and it's a really long story, so don't worry. I'm just going to tell a tiny little splinter of it, because I could go on for hours about this. But when I was in my early 20s, when I was in college, I took a psychedelic drug called DMT. It's short for dimethyltryptamine. Google it if you don't know what it is. You'll find out a lot. It's, in a nutshell, it's the most extraordinary, most powerful experience a human being can undergo. Just that's it. And it is, you'll never be the same once you do it. It's the most powerful drug on the planet. Now, I'm not condoning the use of drugs. I'm not, like, this is not an advertisement. This is a disclaimer. I think you should make your own choices. If you feel like you want to do something, you should do it, but just be very careful. Do it if you're ready for it. And for me, I was ready, and I could talk about this experience again, as I said, all day, because it was the craziest, the most miraculous thing I've ever done, the craziest thing I've ever done in my life, and I don't think I'll ever do anything crazier. I can't imagine. I really can't imagine. But despite all of the things that I saw in that experience, I saw a lot of things. What I'm going to focus on, because it pertains to this video and the theme of the whole thing, is the very end of the trip, when you're coming out of it. You experience this void, kind of death-like experience, and you're in this void, basically, and nothing exists. And when I say nothing, I mean like humanity never existed. The concept of time never existed. The universe never existed. Everything I've ever known in my entire life, gone. My family, friends, none of it. It was gone. And it was like, it was the rebirth almost of my soul. It was like I died and was reborn. And I know this may sound crazy for those who are not experienced in drug use or anything like that, but I don't know how else to explain it, because, it's like trying to explain like what color is to a blind person. It's just impossible if you haven't done it. But it showed me so many things that I always knew, but I didn't understand until that moment. It all clicked for me in that experience. And it showed me, I mean, it showed me many, many, many things, and it changed me morally. It shattered my core. But one thing that I took away from it that will hopefully help you is that realizing that all of it could be gone like that, and that all of it could be maybe a dream, it could all be for nothing, it helped me appreciate everything around me so much more for a long time. And it helped me to understand that you get one life, just one. I mean, as far as we know. So you have to make it count. You have to. Anytime you feel like you're in this hole and that no one can understand the pain you're going through, no one can understand, no one could fathom the sadness that you're experiencing, I promise you that they can. Everyone has experienced that range of emotions, or someone out there has, and everyone else is capable of it because we all have the same range. I've never been like a super optimistic person. I'm just not wired that way. I've struggled a lot with depression throughout my life, even when I was a really little kid. I remember being like 5 or 6, 7 years old, and I had several teachers tell me I was bothering the other students because I was so negative, that I was upsetting them. So that gives you a little bit of an insight on what kind of person I am and to avoid me. But anyway, I've always found comfort in destruction, in emotional extremes, in darkness. It's just, for some reason, it's very intoxicating to me. And even though I've experienced the the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, I know for a fact, at least for me, happiness is so much better than sadness. So much. It is so much less of a burden. You feel 10 years younger. You feel lighter. It's wonderful. But I don't know, when something bad happens, when something comes up that I feel like I can't handle, I tip down. I go downwards, and it's always very hard for me to climb back up and find that happiness again. And I'm amazed that, honestly, that I'm still in one piece. I'm lucky. I've done some stupid shit in my life, especially when I was really low, because I didn't care what happened to me. Like, I thought, oh, well, if I do that, if I die, good. I mean, good riddance, fuck the world. And for anyone out there who feels like what I'm saying is resonating with you, like you felt that way recently, or you're feeling that way now, or you have at some point, and you feel like no one gets you, I'm here to tell you that I get you, and your life is not nothing, because I want you to live. I want you to find that balance in your life. Sorry. Just know that everybody has somebody. Everyone has someone. We all need somebody. So, if you feel like no one loves you now, maybe you have experienced a lot of death, a lot of people have betrayed you, or you feel like, you had a lot of breakups or something, and you feel like no one cares about you. That's not true. There is someone out there for everyone, and even if you don't feel it now, maybe you'll find them tomorrow, but they're there. There's someone out there that gets you and needs your support. Or maybe they've been there their whole life and you just don't know it yet. You've been blind to it, but they are there. And you just, if anything else, live for them. If you do that, eventually you'll start living for yourself. And no matter how bad you feel, no matter how badly it hurts, because trust me, if anyone knows what that's like, I do. Because, pain can, especially, depression can get so bad that it starts to, manifest itself into you physically, and that physical pain becomes so great, it's almost unbearable. Like, you don't think you can live another minute. Like, you want out. But I promise you that no matter how excruciating that pain is, both physically and mentally, that you're feeling at that moment, there is a light. I mean, I'm sorry, this is cliche, but there is a light at the end of that tunnel. There is another side to that. No matter how badly it hurts, it gets better. It will get better if you allow it to. And then it will get worse. And then it will get better again. And it will be up and down throughout your life, because life is a roller coaster. And, you know, there are no happy endings like there are in movies. It's a continuing journey. And if you slide too far to either up or down, that can be very unhealthy. And I think that what you need to do, and I've always kind of used this in my life, is try to find balance. Just try, feel happiness. Allow yourself to feel happy. Then allow yourself to feel sad. And then wake up and start a new day. Now, I'm not gonna lie and tell you that I'm, you know, some person who follows this advice all the time, because that would be complete bullshit. I've been in a rut, and I've been in this up and down rut for this entire year. And I keep saying that I'm going to make those changes, that I'm going to follow my own advice, but I don't. And I haven't been doing that for a long time. But what I'm doing now, this for me, talking to you, is kind of like the beginning, like that first stage into making emotional changes, to helping someone else, not just wallowing in my own pain, but trying to help someone else. And if I want this, because I do, I want it. I want to be happy. I want you to do it too. I want us to be able to do it together. I know I don't know you. I know I can count on one hand probably how many people that I know that are subscribers that watch my videos. But I know that you know what I feel, because you're human. And even if you're maybe younger and you haven't experienced some of the things that I've experienced, you will. And you're not alone. I'm here with you right now. Anytime you feel so sad that you don't think you can go on, please remember my words. And remember that I feel your pain. You are not alone. You matter. Someone out there loves you. So move forward and remember that. Okay. I'm sorry. I know I look like shit. And before I start slobbering all over the camera, I just wanted to end it there. So, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, the link is below, and you can also like my Facebook page, the link below that. Catch you next time.